Hi guys, it's Taylor. Welcome back to another YouTube video on my channel. Today I'm gonna do another story time, obviously, but I am doing it while I keep my hands busy by embroidering a portrait because I am hyper focused and I can't think about doing anything else. But yeah, let's get into it. This is the story of how I got addicted and unaddicted to Robitussin without my mom knowing, kind of. But she did kind of know. She found out. She was in denial. Okay, so to set the scene, I dated this guy in high school. Let's call him Brad. And he was a massive serial cheater. He would cheat on all of his girlfriends, still does to this day. And basically, I became friends with his exes. I don't know why, they just befriended me. Well, I guess I do, because I would sit with them at lunch, and only these two people talked to me out of the whole entire lunch table, right? Because everyone else kind of thought like, oh, they're too cool for me. I'm only here because of my boyfriend at the time, which was true, but rude, right? So I sat at the table with them, and we started hanging out. And one of this girl's friends was one of my neighbors, so like we also became close, all three of us, and all four of us, because I had a close friend at the time that was friends with that group as well, right? So we're all friends, hanging out, and let's call this one girl Carly. We became really close, closer than the rest of the people in the group, best friends. And Carly just so happened to be Brad's ex as well, but she had a new boyfriend at the time. So her new boyfriend sold weed. Womp womp. But yeah, he was one of those white boys in the middle of the nice neighborhood selling weed. So that was him. That was his vibes. And basically that's it. But one day he gets caught. I'm just like chilling in the hallway, and she runs up to me. She's like, oh my god, he got caught. And I was like, oh no. But basically what happened was he got caught with his vape, which is basically how everyone got caught at the time, and still probably to the day, because vaping epidemic. But he got caught with his vape, and then he got searched, because that's what would happen to us. When he got searched, they found a bunch of shit on him, and he got in trouble for having like carts, basically. So he was on parole or probation. I don't remember which one is the before prison one, but it was the pre-prison one, and they were drug testing him, right? Obviously he was addicted to drugs at this point, like most of us really were, but he couldn't smoke any weed, and neither could I really, but I still was at the time. My mom was drug testing me, and I didn't really care. So what I would do is I would either take pee from this girl in my PE class, I would buy pee from other people, and this is kind of gross, but yeah, I would pay for them to piss in a cup or a water bottle, and I would buy it. Or my sister wouldn't flush the toilet often at that age, because she's younger than me, mind you. So I would go dig into the toilet and get piss and put that into the drug test. But he basically found this thing online that is very unsafe and you shouldn't do, and it's like non-detectable in drug tests. But obviously I was very sick and ill at the time, so I didn't really care that it was non-detectable. I mean, I did care at first. I originally was planning on just doing this from now on, but it wasn't like good enough for me. I still smoked weed. So it's not like, and I also did other worse drugs at the time. So it's not like that really helped anything, because even though it wasn't detectable, I was still doing things that were detectable. Wow. So I started doing that all the time, even though like the first time I was introduced to it, my friend Carly got home from this guy's house. She drove home and she was Robotripping. Robotripping is basically whenever you take DXM pills that you can like easily access from like the store, and you basically take like 30 is a lot for taking Robotripping, but like you take a lot and then you trip and you feel like you're not even on this planet. You basically like OD yourself into feeling like you're a robot. I ran out of storage, but basically my point in that was she drove home while doing this stuff, and then got home, and I was literally waiting for her at her house because we were really close this time, and her parents were home, but I was just waiting for her. Like, her parents were cool with me, so, but her parents were like asleep kind of, I think, and she gets home and freaking immediately pukes outside of her car. It tells me what she was taking, and she introduces me to it, and then of course I do it with her soon after. So I really like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit's good. So I started doing it all the time, and I started taking it at school. Mind you, at this time I would take anything at school. I didn't really care. I hated being at school. I was autistic and undiagnosed at the time and going through it, and I wanted to kill myself. So my kind of goal at the time was if I could just kill myself with the drugs, and not actually have to be like responsible for the actual act of it, that would be great. It's a terrible way to live your life. I feel a lot better now, so if you're feeling like that, don't. Okay, I lost storage again, but hopefully it won't happen another time. But basically, I would literally do like acid at school. Like, I did not care. So it got to the point where I was introducing it to other people. Sorry guys. And we were doing like 20 pills in the bathroom and then stumbling to class, because mind you, this shit, it's worse than alcohol with its ability to like have you standing straight. So I was just doing this all the time, especially because my mom was drug testing me. So don't drug test your kids, it might turn into that. But that was a problem. The only way that I ended up stopping is because even like the cops were even called on me at one point, and I got out of the situation. I didn't get like arrested or anything, but the cops were called and I had to talk to the cops. That was a whole thing. But I only ended up stopping because I was about to take some before school one day, and this is after I actually almost died before this. So like, I went to my friend's house and I drank the syrup version, which you're not supposed to do, and I like was laying on the toilet just puking all night long, and they were telling me like, hey, we might have to move you outside because we don't want the parents to get in trouble for this, so we might just like move you onto the street and you can just die there. And I was like, oh, okay, that's how much I mean to you guys. But I didn't really care at the time because I was so sick in the head. But yeah, so after that I tried to take some before school one day, and I took a bunch, and then I couldn't take anymore. Like, I couldn't swallow them because I would take them at multiple at once. So I tried to take 2 at once and I couldn't swallow them. I like puked on my carpet in my bathroom, which is gross, but yeah, that's what happened. So then I was like, okay, let me at least just try to take one at a time. I took one and I gagged and I puked into the carpet in my bathroom. That's the only way that I got myself to stop, is because I literally couldn't do it anymore. My body literally would not take anymore. So I never recommend starting Robotripping, but it does make me relate to an A$AP Rocky song or two. Great. But you know, I have so many stories like this. I used to sneak out and go to parties when I was in like freshman year of high school, and I accidentally got a hit put out on me, and then I found out I was doing meth on accident. It was laced. So if you want any stories like this, any more stories, or even if you want me to go into depth about the cop situation with the Robitussin, because that's a whole separate event and ordeal that I didn't get into today, let me know, comment below. I would be willing because my digital footprint is already too messed up for me to get a good job anyways. Don't you worry. I make sacrifices for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. And I will see you next time. Bye. Update on my crochet portrait. If you were curious, this is what she looks like. It's actually my friend, so yeah. I've been stabbing her in the face a bunch over and over again. Don't take it personally, guys. I forgot to mention that it's not legal for you to buy Robitussin, and obviously my mom wasn't buying enough for me to be addicted to it. So I would go walk to the store in my neighborhood, put it under my shirt, to the point where nowadays if you try to buy Robitussin in my neighborhood, it's in a case. I'm pretty sure that I did that because and then I got all my friends onto it after my friend got me onto it. So I kind of caused a problem, but my bad everyone, sorry. I would never do that now. I have frontal lobe, but I didn't at that time.